Hi folks, I'm Karen McConnell from Katie Equestrian and this is Top Tip Tuesday. This week's tip is all about managing mud fever. Now my horse Bobby is really prone to mud fever, particularly in these kind of weather conditions when it's wet and muddy underfoot. Mud fever is a dermatitis kind of to the lower limbs and sometimes under their belly as well. It's caused by a bacteria found in the soil which becomes an irritant, particularly when it's sort of in wet and muddy conditions. You can get the same irritation in other parts of the horse's body as well, maybe on their back and things, but it's generally called something else, like rain scald. So we're really talking about mud fevers, that's the lower limb stuff, the bit where their legs are stuck in mud and wetness. Mud fever can really escalate quickly and it can become really quite painful for the horses. So it's our job to make sure that we manage them correctly and make sure that we avoid it when we can and treat it really quickly where we can't. So I was always one for hosing down the horses' legs when they came in from the field, but of course that leaves their legs wet going into their stables. The last couple of years I've stopped doing that. I've let them dry off in the stable and then brush the mud off when it's dried, and I've noticed a massive difference in Bobby's mud fever. And I think that's really the key. The key is to keep the horse's legs as dry and as clean as possible. So obviously that means managing their turnout when necessary. If you wear turnout boots in the field, be really, really careful that the boots that you're putting on are clean and dry themselves. I like to wash a horse's boots in a sort of an antibacterial cleanser. That way it kind of kills as much of the bacteria as you possibly can that might be sitting on their boots and things. There'd be nothing worse than putting on wet boots, wet muddy boots onto sort of legs in the morning before you turn the horses out. Now here at Katie Equestrian we fully muck out the horses' stables every day, so their beds are nice and dry all the time. However, people who deep litter maybe over the winter and things like that, you really have to consider how damp their beds are as well, because that same sort of conditions, warm, wet, moisture in their bedding can also escalate mud fever and the bacteria irritation on their skin. So for some reason, some horses seem to be more prone to it than others, some with sensitive skin or if they've got particularly white legs, things like that. So we really do have to keep on top of it and keep checking our horses to make sure that there are none of the telltale scabs appearing. In the past, I have always used Tectra Delta, which is a topical antibiotic, which I think is for mastitis in cows. Correct me if I'm wrong. You mix it with a bit of baby oil and you can use it as a barrier as well as a treatment. It's quite a nice gentle antibiotic, but it's definitely one that you can use because of the oil content. You can use it as a barrier as well. However, over the years I found that it's become less and less effective at clearing the scabs. Now the bacteria can sit on the horse's skin for months and even years before the conditions are right to sort of flare up again. So it's really useful to have a product that you can use that you know is going to clear it instantly as soon as you become aware of it. So I spoke to the lovely Marta at Exclusive about what I could do to sort of manage this better on Bobby's legs, and she suggested to me that we use the You and Your Horse range, a tea tree shampoo followed by the Nano Silver barrier cream. So she suggested to start off by using the tea tree shampoo with warm water and a water brush to wash the horse's legs thoroughly. Now tea tree oil obviously is a natural antibacterial agent, so that helps to sort of kill some of the bug away, but also the warm water can help sort of soften the scabs and help lift them off better. You then follow that when the legs are dry with the Nano Silver cream. It's a really, really thick cream, thicker than Vaseline, but you can use that and rub it on sort of in circular motions, and that helps lift up any more of the scabs that are still left on there. Also, the Nano Silver is a natural antibacterial agent as well, so that helps try and kill the bug, and of course the thickness of the cream really works as a great barrier cream for when they're out in the fields in the wet and the muddy conditions as well. Now, I was blown away by how quickly this worked. I love the idea of using natural products, but I'm always a wee bit sceptical about how quickly they'll work or if they'll work at all. But genuinely, this product was amazing. What a difference it made overnight. Now, Bobby is susceptible to mud fever, so it will definitely come back again, but at least I know I've got this on the yard to be able to treat it really, really quickly if I do. It's worth noting though, please phone your vets if your horses are in any pain at all related to their mud fever. If there's heat coming off their legs, anything like that, it may well be that they need proper oral antibiotics to help clear the infection, or indeed some of them need the scabs removed under sedation. So don't hesitate to phone your vet for something like mud fever, and don't leave it too long because it escalates super quickly. So I hope that's been useful for you, and that's my top tip for this week. Join me again next Tuesday for another top tip.